My name is Robert. The camera person is Vivian. Sometimes when you want to take a measurement and you don't have a ruler or a tape measure, it's useful to know the different measurements on your body so that you can use those measurements in measuring whatever it is that you have at hand. There are like 6 or 7 different measurements that if you memorize them, you can use when you want to measure something. So I'll start with the smallest, which is, in my case, 3/4 of an inch for the thumbnail from the cuticle over to the tip of the thumb. So that's one measurement that you can remember. In your case, it'll be somewhat different probably. And then for a 1-inch measure, in my case, it's the tip of the little finger to the first joint. From the knuckle on my middle finger to the tip of the middle finger is 4 inches. The 4 fingers side by side are 3 inches. The span of my hand is almost 9 inches. So if I want to measure a foot, I can measure the hand span and then add the width of the 4 fingers side by side. From the tip of my middle finger to my elbow is 1.5 feet. And then the tips of my 2 middle fingers, all the way stretched, is about 5.5 feet. So if you remember all those measurements, you'll find that they come in useful. There is sometimes you want to find distances on the floor or on the ground, and interestingly enough, this is a 10.5 shoe, and it's exactly 1 foot long. So you can measure heel to tip of the shoe, and then heel to the tip of the shoe, and pace off the number of feet that you want, depending on your shoe size. And then the last measurement that is sometimes useful is the distance of your pace when you're walking, so that if you take a measure and lay it on the ground or on the floor as long as 12, 15 feet, then you can start with your heel at the beginning of the walk, and then heel to heel to heel to heel until you have 6 or 7 different steps, and then measure against the tape measure how far you've walked and divide by the number of steps. In my case, a step is 1.75 feet. 2 steps then are 3.5 feet, and you can measure the width of a room or whatever by using that knowledge. Okay, that's it.